Was I not the loved one in the group? That's not true because they went on to do several projects with me which are happening right now. Set the film like this,
Yeah, that's
wide
right.
shot with one small truck going with four people sitting on it, which is visible. We were a gang as well, like a bunch of boys, just coming together, formed a gang, named it and stuff like that. So not like a violent gang, but just like a gang of boys.
So, how are you, Vijay? I saw you had a really good afternoon with monkeys and all.
Did you see my Instagram stories?
I did, and I saw you're considering a
Yeah.
profession change also. I hope not for the sake of us.
I was just happy that I could be surrounded by so many monkeys who are notoriously known for snatching stuff away. And my dad runs inside the house, and I was able to sit there very close to them and still be able to maintain composure and shoot them. I was
Yeah,
impressed.
very wildlife professional photographer like. I want to congratulate you for your film releasing Yaara, and hope you have a really good run.
Yeah.
So, first of
Yes.
all, I saw your post on Instagram introducing your character Rizwan, and you wrote with it that he is the dependable
Yes.
one of the lot. Is he someone close to you in real
Yeah.
life, the way you were in your friend circle when you were growing up with your friends and all?
Not particularly. I was the frivolous one.
And was this the kind of friendship that Rizwan has with three other boys in the film? Did you have a childhood like that
Uh,
or young adulthood like that growing up?
I had a lot of great friendships. We were a gang as well, like bunch of boys, and just coming together, formed a gang, named it and stuff like that. So not like a violent gang, but just like a gang of
Not
boys.
the gun toting
So
gang.
that was a trend back in. No, never seen a gun in real life before I started shooting. So so yeah, there is similarity of friendships, but the character of Rizwan is a little further away from me. There's of course this flamboyance and there's this sense of humor and a bit about this person which I felt I had. But then this guy is a lot more like he will stand for the friendship and be there and
Yeah.
I feel like which as a person compared to the character.
So in this film, it you play a character like Rizwan in the 70s when he's a young adult, and then again 20 years later in 90s when the friends try to reunite. So these are two decades
Yeah,
which have a really distinct flavor, a vibe of their own, like 70s and the 90s.
they
They're
do.
really popular with
They
us
do.
as nostalgia. But
With
how
this generation, yeah, it's a hit.
yeah, even the 80s now, but 70s and 90s are just too flavorful to be concise in
Yeah.
a single film. But you did it. You played the same character in both the decades. Was there something that you tried to
Yes.
bring in both these decades that you had to make sure that the passage of time will show, or something that you did, the way you spoke, the way you dressed, and
Yeah.
things like that?
Yeah. I did my bit. To be very every bit of my resources that I could pull up from my memories and from the research. I did my bit. But the best thing about this movie experience, making this movie was every department was doing their bit of bringing back the 70s and the 90s, which is reflected in the trailer if you observe minutely, and in the film. Overall, the texture of the drama is going to be reminding you of the times that we are in. The film is set in. So every department they did their bit of making sure that the authenticity of the time and the region stays as honest and truthful. But I remember I watched so much content from the 70s when I was prepping for this film. Like incredible amount of the Shashi Kapoors and the Vinod Khannas and the Bachchans and the great dialogue Bazi and the music from Jim Morrison and the Godfather and the Taxi Driver and everything that was fascinating from the 70s and then Sergeant and Beta and so on and so forth from the 90s.
From the 90s.
So we so it was an interesting mix because from a bell bottom we went to a parallel pant. Um,
Right.
So yeah, it was interesting.
Then I want to ask you something about this film releasing. I think it was in development for 3 years and now it's releasing on Z5.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I read in an interview with Tigmanshu Dhulia, the director, he said that if I had known that this would release on a digital platform, I would have made it differently. But do you think that we are all accepting digital and OTT as something, a new avenue to explore right now? But do
Yeah.
you think both these, the big theaters and the small screen, like the OTT, deserve different content for each? Like the kind
Mm,
of movies we make should be different for either of these two?
I think that's a very filmmaker question, uh, which I feel inadept or incapable of answering. Uh, One of the reasons why he would say this thing is probably because some people are watching movies on a mobile phone, and he set the film like this
Yeah, that's true.
wide shot with one small truck going with four people sitting on it, which is visible on a large screen. But if you take it down to a small 4-inch uh, mobile screen, you might be able to miss the details of what he set in the frame, and which could make the experience a little lesser. But having said that, I've seen people getting bigger screens in their own house right now, and the clarity is have improved drastically with the sound system in place. So it's going to be an interesting time, and it's going to be an interesting experience. Also, because was one of those CTMR films, you will want to
Enjoy with the audience.
enjoy the larger than scale heroic nature of the film.
Yeah.
But we are living in a times where we don't have theaters. We make best of what we have.
But as an actor, do you weigh the pros and cons of an OTT release versus the big screen release? Are there anything that you are?
I think all the fundas that we had pre-pandemic are all thrown out of the window. We have 17 releases. We have 4 releases on the same weekend, 4 feature films, which
Right.
were all meant to be on theaters. We're talking about times which we have never faced before. We're talking about a situation which has never occurred in our lifetimes, in our parents' lifetimes. Uh, it's a unique situation we are in. So I think this weekend, this Yaara release weekend is going to be interesting observation for all of us. Right,
Yeah, it's a
we will
pivotal
know
moment.
what it is. Yeah, we have no idea. I have no idea what it means that 4 films are releasing on the same day. I have no idea what it means.
We'll all wait and
Apart
watch
from
together.
we knew that when it was happening in the theaters, we knew that some films will get lesser screens, some films will get more screens, some film will be released in certain regions more, multiplex, single screen, footfalls, box office. All of these were age-old
Divided.
practices identified in a way that we understood permutation and combinations, where we were able to understand the results of it. Right now, um, I think I think it's going to be a study for all of us. I'm personally going to study this.
And I wanted to ask you, what was your experience shooting with the other three guys and also Shruti? Because it's been a while.
Yeah,
Did you guys catch up before the release, and what was it like?
we did catch up before the release, but the best part about being on this crew was, in spite of spending a year shooting the film, because we took a year to finish the film, multiple locations across India, and then
Yeah, yeah.
a crew also went to Georgia, and also there was a gap between the three sketches because of the size transformation, whatever the actors were looking at for the older parts. Um, so we not only kept in touch and with great camaraderie during the making of the film. This is one of those films, and this is something that I just realized a few days ago, that I've been to every key person who's attached to the film. I've been to their homes. I've been to their hometowns. I've been to their. They have come to me. It's been an exchange which has lasted for 4 5 years. It's actually a friendship that we all come together during the film, and we come very close together. It happens to me all the time. I go to a set and I come together. It becomes like a family, and then we finish the project, and then we are all busy in our own lives, and we never come together
Yeah.
for a personal equation. But this is one project which I can vouch, where I've maintained my friendships, and not just from my end. It has been a very mutual kind of a camaraderie, which has lasted through the years. Um, we still have a WhatsApp group called Londe, which has 4 boys in it, and we have. So yeah, I've been to Assam. I've been to Assam in Kenny's place. One of the actors, one of the leading actors. I've been to several houses that Amit has changed. I've been to several couple of houses that Vidyut has changed. I've been to a couple of places that Shruti has lived in, and now she's in Hyderabad. So we are still in touch through the pandemic. So it's genuinely a friendship that lasted and will last.
But my question is that this season, this award season, Gully Boy swept through everything, mostly Filmfare. And
Yeah.
it received so many awards. And while many people thought it was deserved, some did not. Some thought that it was a little too excessive. What was your reaction when
Okay.
all of this conversation was happening? Did it raise any doubts, or was it like only frustrating to hear it?
No, it swept through the awards, not just for Filmfare, because there were a couple of other awards which happened before Filmfare. And I am remembering all of this because I was not present for any of these awards and I was missing out. Uh, so I was sitting in other countries shooting for various projects, and these awards were happening in India, and Filmfare happened in Guwahati. And I was not able to make it to any of these awards. So I was missing out on the celebration that the team was having. Uh, I felt like I was nominated in all these awards. I never won any. So when people say that it was all bought, then I don't know, because if it was bought, then I would have got the award, right?
If it was bought, then I'm sorry.
If the awards were bought,
Yeah.
why would they not buy it from me in the supporting role? Was I not the loved one in the group? That's not true, because they went on to do several projects with me which are happening right now. So I consider this as baseless. It's basically one person targeting the film. I know this film spoke to the nation. It was widely appreciated. It broke through the cultural archetype. It became a part of the pop culture of the country. It spoke about the the struggle of these hip hop kids who nobody knew of. And the film, for me, deserved the love, and it got the love. And I don't doubt it became what it became because of the public. I don't think any producer can make a film this big.
Yeah. And
So I stand by my film for the love it received. I don't doubt it at all.
And coming to what is happening right now, a lot of names in the film industry are calling for more equality, less disparity between insiders and outsiders. And you are someone who is respected
Yeah.
for making his own way to success. And what do you
Yeah.
think about all these voices you are hearing right now? Have you chosen a side? Are you critical of something?
No, I can't choose a side, because it's no longer voices. It's noise right now. It's a noise which is very difficult to even comprehend and understand. It's just I would really like a little more compassion and dignity into the conversation, and therefore I could understand what is happening right now. It's just so binary in nature, that I don't want to be a part of it at all. I feel like it's going to be tough. Life is going to be tough. That's inevitable. That's every philosopher who's ever walked on this, every mythology and every classical text, every greatest writer, greatest playwright, everybody has said life is going to be tough. Um, um, so to use this as an excuse for any hidden agenda is not fair. And the teachers throwing at each other is not appreciated at all. I feel if the system needs to be reimagined, it has to be done with a lot of care, with a lot of compassion, with a real intent, and with as little noise around it as possible.
And to close, I wanted to ask you something a little bit about A Suitable Boy. Everyone is really anticipating that show. And could you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about that? Because I'm sure you are not going to give us any scoop about much of the plot or anything. Or even about your character. What?
No, I mean the book is out there, so people who
Yeah.
know the book, they know what the story is. So it's not like I'm guarding it. But the good part about being a project, it's a 6-part miniseries, but it has so much going in it, and also a great opportunity for me to collaborate with Mira Nair, who's I've been a fanboy of, um, and again going back to a certain era, it's also a period drama.
Mhm.
Was a challenge at the same time a very rewarding experience. We'll see how audience react to it and if they like it or not. We'll find out. But personally, for me, just to be on that set with incredible bunch of actors, and she's got a really elaborate cast. You have to wait till you really believe it. Uh, uh, just a very meticulous director, extremely well prepared, wants you to come prepared, wants you to really do your research, work on yourself, improve upon. And it was a new experience for me because for the first time I'm playing a Indian character speaking in English, uh,
Yeah.
and in English which is understood by the British.
Yeah.
So it was a learning curve for me, and she helped me and nudged me into the right direction, guided me in all these things. I with Suitable Boy, I look forward to an opening with more possibilities of working in the West. That's the biggest reward I can get.